Hello everyone and welcome to another video where we speak about symbols and divine weapons for a certain class group. I will change over to support and we will be talking about support symbols. Um, for a group setup, I would let me check. This one. For a group setup, I would go with um, the emblems of protection or the emblems of mercy. So why I take the emblems of protection here is just that I want to keep myself alive and, well, without a support your team will do significantly more damage than if one of them just dies. So I prefer to use emblems of protection, but also emblems of mercy are a good thing to use. Since you can not just heal yourself if you're low, you can heal the most wanted target, so you can support your tank or a DD or another support or whatever. So between those two, it's always a tough choice, but for me, it will be the Emblem of Protection because I don't want to get as much damage. The next thing is emergency maneuver. The emergency maneuver dodge. I will use it as a oh shit button to get out of tough situations. As I'm a support normally don't get damage, I don't benefit as much from a protective shell or a adaptation, so I will use divine intervention for the eventual damage spikes that will hit me. The next thing is the Hornet technique. The Hornet technique on the Soundweaver is questionable, I know it, but for the Alchemist and for the Lightbearer they are pretty much good working. And on Soundweaver I'm pretty much sure it also works for the higher energy generation that randomly occurs when you're attacking in sync with your right colors. But there is actually no proven data to this, but I would stick to this. The next thing is the support mode. I want it because it will spread the effect to my allies and give them more damage when I trigger my companion attack, which is really helpful in fight. The next thing is the crushing aura. I will use it to increase the damage of my teammates and let them discharge more often, so they proc their special effect on the energy discharge more regularly, which can help them increase their damage. I also use the collapse symbol here to just contribute a bit of damage to my team. If I feel like I'm taking too much damage, I will use the stolen energy to give me a better sense of survivability. The next thing I will use on the divine symbol side is the divine healing and the willpower and the transcendence. Basically, divine healing for healing myself, willpower to get out of god control. Transcendence I will use just for the same purpose of when someone important goes dead, I can switch over. If you don't have the symbol, you can use either the verdict or if you have it, the gift of life. Both are pretty good. The problem on certain classes here is that resetting the ultimate isn't as worse for the most cases. Like if you have a Lightbinder ultimate going mid-fight, you need special preparations to get your teammates out of the circle, at least that I don't want to have a cooldown on, because it will put a debuff on your teammates, and this debuff doesn't disappear when you reset your cooldown. So using the Lightbinder ultimate and right after it use it again on the same people won't work since they have an 8-minute cooldown. To prevent this, like I said, someone needs to stay outside your area and then you can reset it and use it again, and those 2 people or 3 or whatever will get buffed then. But it's too situational to use it every time. So that's that. And for the alchemist, your ultimate is just a healing, which isn't even that strong. It has a really long cooldown. It's not really worth resetting it. For the Soundweaver, resetting ultimate is a okayish thing, but you already have a relatively low cooldown to it. And on the other side, your teammates can only be affected by your ultimate every 60 seconds. And normally you can reduce the cooldown on your ultimate by yourself to be lower than 60 seconds. So it's not that useful, and maybe for some rare situations it can be used. The Gift of Life is the most solid choice here that you can mostly use if you have it, since it will allow you to resurrect the ally. The next thing is the improved Mahaban. Is the Mahaban Guard. It's a divine weapon of choice for every support, because it adds a way to increase the might of your teammates when you use it. It also gives you a possibility to give someone an invulnerability effect around you, so around the ally. So you can use it, and you have the left click that allows you to give someone an invulnerability shield, and you can do a right click which gives buffs to your allies around you. If you have the improved Makabon, you can also use your R to throw it away, and not just spawn 3 heal orbs at the direction where it lands, but it will also give everyone in 50-meter radius a 15% damage boost, which is pretty good. If you are not in the possession of a Mahavan's Guard, from the regular weapons that you can use as a support, you can either use Matachos Staff, because you will have an effect of them if you do a left click on them where they take more damage that can't exceed more than 20% of your health, but it helps them to get a bit more damage out. And if you put down your staff, you get an invulnerability phase for 6 seconds that helps them, which is also pretty good. And the other thing you can use as support is the Arterius Glyph, especially because of the throwaway effect. When you use R, it consumes all charges and throwing the glyph away. The glyph deals damage, and when the target still have the marks on it from the left clicks before, they will take a negative effect that allows them that your teammates deal more damage to it, and also increase their crit chance by 15% for 10 seconds. So this is basically your 3 choices as a support as it stands. I hope I could help you with your setup, and we see us in the next video.